Westpoint is the last town left to explore all of the annotated maps of in Project Zomboid, and I think we've saved the best for last. Don't get me wrong, some of these 16 maps are unremarkable, but with Westpoint, known for its high Z population and difficult spawn locations, every possible safe house is good to know about. And even though I've detailed all the other annotated maps in the vanilla game, Westpoint has some unique maps that feature things spawned nowhere else in the game. Whether this will remain true when version 42 drops, I certainly hope not. I would love to see more variety in annotated maps in the future, and we know that there will be annotated basement maps, as they've already mentioned that much. And I'd love to be given even more levers to pull as a mod maker when making more maps, so that we can build those stories into the world with more color and variety. But here they are in the order they're numbered in the game's code. Map number 1. To the far west side of Westpoint, you'll not notice this house from the street, as the annotated map doesn't give it any barricades. But even if you haven't found the map, you can still check the house if you're coming into town from the west. Apparently, it's a map to my father-in-law's house, since it's gonna be loaded for bear and ready to rumble. If the annotated map is present, you'll find a crate in the kitchen, and all the cabinets in the kitchen and bathrooms will be likely to find guns, ammo, and extra food. There's also an extra mark to inform noobs that firing a gun in the middle of the city like Westpoint is a nice, loud dinner bell. This map also used to spawn extra Zeds, some traps and barricades, but all that's been removed as of version 41. Map 2. Just down the road from Map 1, you'll find a second house that's likely to hold tons of guns, which means there's a good chance this area will be a great spot to plan to base up out of when clearing Westpoint. And if this is the map you find, you're in luck, since it will be barricaded. Not all the way up so you'll be able to get in, but mostly barricaded. Then you can check the kitchen and upstairs bathroom for some good loot. It also points to a likely place to find medical supplies and has some vague lore about the former owner of the house being spotted in the horde. Map 3 is very demure and shy. It doesn't want to draw too much attention to itself, so it hides behind only a single small mark on the map and doesn't put out any barricades to let you know it's here. But like a zombie Wellington, it fills the house with extra Zeds, a few possible guns in the usual cabinets, and an extra bag with shotgun accoutrement in the house somewhere. Map 4, however, has a whole lore thing going on. It has a mark on the map to point to Megan's final location, and a last avowal of love to see you on your way. The house is also marked as a shotgun cache with extra duffel for goodies to spawn into, and you'll likely find it slightly barricaded, which, judging by its location next to a school, is an extra nice bit of storytelling. Though I'd love it in version 42 if we could spawn in specific items so there could be broken glass and boards next to the windows. Map 5 is our first tool map of Westpoint, and you'll also find the location of a local pizza place to the south if you're feeling a bit peckish. But the meat of the map is this house, which has been designated a tool cache. So check the bathrooms and kitchen for extra building materials and tools, and you'll also find an extra crate of tools in the bedroom. The fact that there's also the beginnings of barricades and its central location makes it a decent initial base if you're looking for one. Map 6 was apparently written by somebody that was dying, as you'll only find the map on a dead zombie, and points to both Twiggies to the east and also to this house, where you'll find an extra crate of tools, as well as tools in the usual cupboards. There's also some military gear here normally, even if your world doesn't spawn this map specifically, but then you'll also have an extra 7-ish Zeds get spawned in as the festering cherry on this Sunday. There's not much to say about Map 7 other than its location. You'll only find the map on dead zombies, and when spawned in, you'll find the house is made into a survivor cache with guns, ammo, melee weapons, and other various tools hidden in the kitchen and bathroom. Map 8 is full of lies, false news, misconceptions, and mayhem, but it does tell a good story, so I'll give it a pass. It points to the gun store, sure, but then it intones that Dolene didn't get sick. So it makes sense that the house would have extra barricades, but then also extra zombies that heard of a cure, only to come here and die. Sure, there's extra survivor supplies in the house, but you'll have to work to get them. Map 9 is designated in the game's code as a danger house, and with the extra 20 zombies that you'll find spawned into it and the level 40 barricades, it will certainly be a fun one just to stumble upon. But the house will also be stocked with extra survivor supplies, so it might be worth it. What won't be worth it to randomly stumble over is the game's only danger house that includes active traps. That's right, you can open the door to this bungalow and randomly just die. Or the trap could be a smoke bomb, or a firebomb, or just a noisemaker. Go ahead and roll the dice on this one and see. If you're lucky, you'll have some extra survivor supplies to play with. It is worth noting that there have been other trap houses randomly seeded throughout the map, but these have slowly one by one been whittled back as the devs have commented that code out. Map 11 is our final shotgun cache map. The place has been designated as a shotgun cache, so you'll find extra guns and ammo throughout the building. However, the room designations must be glitched for this particular building, since extra ammo won't spawn in the cupboards. You will find, however, an extra duffel filled with guns, and with the additional level 40 barricades and its position on the map, it's a great starting base for the east side of Westpoint. And since it's a spiffo, you might get some extra food if you get there early enough. I think there's some odd interactions going on with map 12, as it's supposed to spawn in 10 extra Zeds and barricade the place to level 80. Which, with its position and size, makes it a really good base option if you're looking for one. And it's designated as a survivor cache to hold extra loot. However, it seems that it's spawning in 10 extra zombies per room. And as such, this place gets absolutely crawling with 3 levels of the undead. And since there are no kitchens and the bathrooms have no cabinets, you'll not find any extra loot that is supposed to spawn in. Map 13 is the furthest map to the west and buffs one of the smallest buildings, but has a great little story to tell. Some gamer was absolutely ready for the apocalypse, and as soon as the Zeds hit the fan, he started counting kills. They must have taken their shotgun and axe with them, since all you'll find in the shed is a duffel with a bit of guns in it. Map 14 has a heartbreaking story about a boat that will never arrive and the plans to escape that never came to fruition. It also holds an extra crate of food and points you to a great location to start your water base if you're looking for one. If, however, you're looking for a great base near Westpoint that won't get easily overrun, then Map 15 will point you in the right direction. To the south, but with easy access to the heart of Westpoint, this compound will be barricaded to level 18 and simply stuffed with survivor loot. So, guns, ammo, food, tools, and melee weapons. But just this building. The other one is unconnected. But this welcome area also has bathroom cupboards, so check them out too. And Map 16 is one of my favorites to find, as the story being told is simply great. Some prepper nerd's plans and estimation of his survivability chances just going wild on this piece of paper. He warns of the possible exits and what he needs, and he even barricaded the building to level 80 and stuffed it with survivor loot to find. It does have a single-car garage, and though it does technically have a 3rd level, there are no stairs up to that 3rd level and no attic to speak of, unless you happen to build one. So, there you have it. Those are all of the maps in Westpoint. At least for now. I'm sure we'll have tons more to explore in a few weeks when version 42 drops, and I'll have all the details and changes for when that happens. So make sure to subscribe and like the video to be notified when it drops.